Okay, I'm just going to start out with this moisturizing my face real quick with the Smashbox Primer Water. I know it's not supposed to be used as a moisturizer, but it really doesn't do that much for a primer, not unless I'm doing an all over powder application on my face. So most of the time, I just use it as a moisturizer. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's here. Can't wait to get my hair done again. This fro is like, I'm kind of over it. I don't know if what I'm gonna do with my hair. Anyway, okay, so then I'm just gonna moisturize my lips real quick. I am using the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme. I don't need it because it's supposed to be a lip injection, a lip plumper, but I just want to try it. Because I heard it's really good as a moisturizer. So I'm just gonna put this on really quick. Next, I'm going to go in with the new primer that I have. It is the Milk Blur Stick. I got it in travel size because I've never tried it before. So, with trying new products, trying some new products, I like to buy the travel size before I commit to the full size product. So
I'm just gonna just smear it on my face, I guess. Concentrating really in my T-zone because that's where I get the oiliest. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure it gets smoothed in.
leaves a little bit of a cast, but it's not horrible. And it seems like I'm putting on a lot, but I haven't really even made a dent in this. So I'm really liking it. I really am liking it. It has blurred. It has blurred out some areas, and it's not bad. Okay. Also, I'm beginning to feel the lip injection on my lips. It's tingling. It's not painful, but it is tingling just a bit, more of an irritation tingle, like the just my lip line is feeling itchy. I don't know why. It's just weird, but it's what it's feeling. It's feeling itchy, but it's not painful, I will say. All right, and then next I am going in with the Huda Beauty. From what I understand, this is available in 30 shades, and I have the darkest shade right here, which I got Hot Fudge, which is number 550R. From what I saw on the Sephora website, it says it is a full coverage foundation. Okay, it says it is a full coverage foundation, natural finish. But it says that if you want to do more of a medium coverage, then you can use a damp beauty sponge to put on your face. Now, I like the fact that it's going to be a natural finish, but I do want more of a medium finish. I don't like a full coverage necessarily. It's still hot outside, so I'm going for more of a medium finish. Okay, so it says take one pump, but we all know that's kind of subjective, that one pump. So I'm just going to take one pump for right now. Ooh, okay. And I have my beauty sponge. I have my Eco Tools beauty sponge, and I'm just going to dot this. Well, I think I think I did pretty good in choosing the shade. I'm always worried because usually I look for, because I have a deeper skin tone, I always go for the darker shade. But lately, some of these companies are getting better with like really considering people that are of darker shades that have just a little bit more melanin in their skin tone. So let's just blend this out and see how it looks. Oh, it's blending out nicely. Okay. All right, so I have done half of my face with one pump. Okay, and whoa. Okay, This is a side that isn't done, and this is a side that's done. I think that is a dead on color match. I'm really shocked by that. I'm really happy about that. But there it is. There it is, looking good. And it blended very, very well. I like that. Natural finish though. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna continue to blend, and like I said, it said one pump. Here it is. I'm doing two. One pump for one side of my face. Okay, so here is my face. I just finished blending everything out, and I'm really liking the color shade on here. I have a little friend that's visiting me. I hate that, but I really like the shade here. I'm an NW4, just a reference point. I'm an NW45 and NW45. No, I'm an NW55 in MAC Studio Fix, and this is really, I'm really liking this. The only thing is, and I'm not sure if you guys can see it, the only thing is that I'm not sure if I would call this a natural finish. I would probably call this more of a matte finish. I wouldn't call this a natural finish. Head on color match, I think, of course, they could always go more richer, darker in shades, because this is the darkest shade. So, you know, yay, I found my shade, but it's like y'all could go a little bit better in getting darker shades for anyone that's darker than me. I also have the Huda Beauty the Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. So I'm gonna also see how this works too. Like I said in my haul video, this is one of the most controversial items so far this year in 2018 that's come out because of the marketing standpoint that Huda did versus Beauty Bakery. Well, we all know about that. But anywho, okay, so I'm just gonna conceal it in my eyes, and then I am going to be right back. Alrighty then, I have blended out my concealer, and now let's go in with Huda. Alright, now one of the things that was said most about this powder is that it has a very strong scent. But it said it had the same scent as the foundation, and I didn't smell the foundation that much. I really didn't. I just maybe I missed something. So let's wait. It's supposed to come out? Hold on, wait a second. Because it has that little mesh thingy on top of it, so am I supposed to?
Oh, wait. Okay. Okay, so I'm about to just wait. No, this is something. This is kind of hard to get a spout out. Okay, wait. Wait.
Okay. No, okay. So far, I'm not liking this mesh thing that's over the top of it, because it's not letting any. It's not getting any. You see that? It's not getting any product out. Like, that's the most it'll come out at one time. So I'm not seeing how I'm gonna bake or set anything. So like, yo, okay, look, I'm dipping into this really, really hard, and that little bit of product comes out on the sponge. I don't. Let me. Okay, how about this? I'm gonna get. You know what? I'm just, instead of me baking, I'm just going to just get a big fluffy powder brush and see if I can get any product on them. Okay, so I have some product on the brush, not a lot. So I'm just going to just set my face and not bake, because it's not going to allow me to bake. And I don't bake every day. I don't bake often.
Okay, listen. Okay. This is not. Okay. I just turned it over, and I just hit it into the lid, and I just hit it really hard, and that's the only, I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but that's the only product that came, it's the only product that came out. So we're gonna, come on, leave it alone for now.
Okay, so overall, I'm not mad at the look at all, the finish at all. I think it looks pretty good. I think it's like I said, I don't think it's a natural finish. This doesn't give me natural at all. This gives me more of a full coverage matte finish. Even when I put it on with the sponge, it looked more full coverage to me. But overall, I'm not mad at the look. I think it looks very, very nice. So, all right, I'm going to finish my face, and I will be right back. Overall, I'm liking what I see here. Very pretty look. I like it. Like I said, it's not a matte, excuse me, it's not a natural finish. It's more of a matte finish to me, or a semi-matte finish. But overall, I'm liking the look. I'm about to go out, so I'm going to test this makeup in the elements. Like I said, I live here in Georgia, and it's still very hot and humid here. So I'm going to see how it lasts in this humidity. And, you know, I'm also testing some other products that I picked up from the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and that I got from the Sephora VIB sale, VIB appreciation sale. So I'm going to be checking those out, and I should be back in just a few hours. More than just a few hours, because I have a bit of a drive to get to where I need to go. So I want to be back before the end of the night to let you guys know how this look held up. And yeah, here it is. Okay, and I will see you guys in a little while. All right. Okay, so here I am, and I am back after about 7 hours of having this foundation on my face, having this overall look on my face, and not bad. I just powdered, I just took a sponge around my nose some, because it was just, the oils were just beginning to break out around my nose. But overall, it's not horrible. I've had some foundations where I, like, quite literally after about 5 to 6 hours, my whole entire face was pretty much an oil slick. So this look right now, not bad at all. Not bad at all. And I used a blur, just a blur primer, not an actual mattifying primer. And I used the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. So if you have more oily skin, because I have dry combination skin where I just get oily in my T-zone, if you have straight oily skin, I will most definitely suggest that you go in with a mattifying primer. Now, some of the stats on this particular foundation that I didn't mention earlier, it's a full coverage foundation with a natural finish, and of course it's a liquid foundation, and it's a full coverage cream foundation in 30 shades with visibly conceals blemishes, okay, and imperfections to create a flawless airbrush finish. When I think of a natural finish, I think more of a natural skin flawless finish. And this, for me, when I first put the makeup on, even though the shade was pretty much spot on for me, it wasn't necessarily natural. Natural means a little bit more of a skin-like, dewy-like, not necessarily dewy, but more of a skin-like finish. And I felt like it was just a little bit more matte finish for me, personally for me. But overall, wasn't bad at all. Now, I'm just to say that I have enjoyed this foundation, wearing this foundation today. It's just the color is what really has me just sold on this particular foundation more than anything. Now, the number one thing that I've seen on some reviews that people have said about this foundation is that the scent. They really didn't like the scent of the foundation. Now, mind you, I smelled it and it's not a bad scent. It's not terribly strong or horrible to me, but I am also that person where if it was so bad for me, if it was so bad, I would have taken it back straight away. It's a slightly perfumey scent, but it's not overly loud to where, like, you put it on and then the next thing you know, it's like a perfume on your body scent or on your face. Like right now throughout the day, the first thing I wanted to see is whether or not I would smell it, like how scents sit right there on your top lip. It didn't do that. After I put it on, the scent pretty much just went away. And even with the powder also, when I put the powder on top of it, even though I could barely get any out, but we'll talk about that in a second. Even though I could barely get any out, the powder, even when I put that on top, that scent didn't linger. Actually, it bother me. So the scent didn't bother me at all. So it's more so depending on your nose and your sensibilities to scents and how you react to them. But overall, not bad at all. Now, one of the things I feel that with this particular foundation, yes, it comes with 30 shades, and that is a great thing. But I feel like they can also just give a little bit more with their shades. Now, with the setting powder, the Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder, okay? Now, I just use this not to bake, but to set the overall foundation on my face, okay? I gotta say, I don't have any problems with this powder, other than, of course, the controversial marketing concept that came out with it. I could go on a rant about that for a while, but I pretty much feel that everyone on YouTube has gone on that rant, so I'm not going to join that party. I'm just going to sit on that bandwagon and just concur with a lot of things that have been said. That aside, that small, very huge one thing aside, powder's not that bad, okay? Now, the one thing, of course, was the scent. Okay, now don't get me wrong, the scent is there. It doesn't have the same scent as a foundation. That's more so of a personal thing based on your sensibilities to smells and to scents. So it's 6 in a hand, half a dozen in the bush. It's like you can't really go by somebody else from what they say when it comes to scents, because your body is your body. So just try it out for yourself and just make that conclusion and whether or not you can take it or not. Okay, so that being said, it wasn't that bad for me, okay? The scent, at least. What I had a problem with, and you guys saw I had a problem with it, was the freaking mesh coverment of the powder. I feel that could have been truly left uncovered. Now, mind you, it's something different. Of course, you don't want to waste powder and have to shake it down and everything like some other setting powders come in with just the holes punched in them. I probably would have preferred that more than this, because when it came time to put my sponge inside there and bring it on out and put it on my face, it just would not get on the sponge. And I was thoroughly confused on what to do to get the product out. So I just took, of course, my powder brush and just to see if I could dip it inside there and get it out. And if you're that person that always worries about using too much powder and too much getting on your brush, then you probably would like this packaging with the little mesh with the mesh netting inside here. If that's your problem, usually when you use too much powder, if you get too much powder on your sponge or too much powder on your brush, okay? But that being said, personally, I didn't like it. I didn't like having to literally shake all that powder out, and then after all that shaking, barely getting any into the cap. So with that being said, the powder itself is okay. The packaging, the netting is not, but it just depends on your patience, and you know, you make that conclusion for yourself. I'm going to try to find a way to cut out that netting, because that's annoying. It's very annoying. But other than that, Huda, girl, you got a winner with this one. Now all I got to ask you to do is, kick out that apology to, that other black-owned company, that melanin-infused and all-inclusive and all-considering company that you sold the marketing idea from. Okay? Just make a statement to them. Darn it, everyone concurs, but, just saying, you need to get that up. But other than that, you got some good products on hand here. I mean, the foundation was really good, and the powder was good for me. But overall, that's my thoughts on the Huda Beauty foundation and loose setting powder. I personally thought it was okay. I at a 5-star, if I had to give it a rating out of a 5-star, I will most definitely give it maybe a good, I would give it maybe a good 4-star overall. It's not, well, actually, no, I was being kind of nice. I'm actually going to give it maybe like a 3.5. All I got for you. If you like my review here today on the Huda Beauty, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Also, leave your remarks down in the bottom. If you've tried this particular foundation, please let me know down in the comments, and let me know what your thoughts were on about this particular product, how you felt about the scent that everyone says is just horrible. I just didn't feel that way about it. But like I said, yet again, personal preference, more than anything is more of a personal preference. So just let me know down below what you thought about the foundation, if you tried it, if you're not going to try it because of the controversial marketing campaign that Huda came out with, and the fact that she hasn't said anything, I don't think, as of yet about it and what inspired her or her team. Okay, so if you have, just leave your comments down below. Let me know so we can have a dialogue. Start a dialogue up on this thing. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by, and see ya. Bye.